Hello, and welcome to the Oracle Enterprise Manager 12C podcast series. My name is Anand Akela, and today with me we have Sushil Kumar, Vice President of Product Strategy and Business Development for Oracle Enterprise Manager. Welcome, Sushil.
Thanks, Anand. Thanks for having me here.
Sushil, there are a lot of discussions nowadays about cloud computing and all the benefits it offers, agility, scalability, to name a few. Can I request you to share Oracle's perspective on cloud computing?
Sure, Anand. There is certainly a lot of buzz in the industry about cloud computing. Some people thought of this as a passing fad, but what you have seen is that interest in cloud has only grown over the years. And the primary reason is because cloud promises to empower business users like never before by making available a dynamic, agile infrastructure that allows them to create business differentiation and business innovation. Traditional IT is sometimes seen as too slow, too expensive, and ultimately too complex to meet these needs. And to be fair to IT organizations, they are burdened with managing complex maze of tools and technology that consume a lot of time in just keeping that infrastructure operational and simply doesn't give them enough time to focus on meeting strategic business needs. So keeping that in mind, an enterprise cloud solution must empower all personas and roles within an enterprise, be it a business user, be it a developer, or even the IT administrator, by making available a shared infrastructure that is dynamic, that's agile, and that's transparent. So a consumer of IT service should be able to access IT services in a self-service manner without being gated by IT procedure or any other kind of delays. A business user, on the other hand, should have transparent visibility into how IT resources are being used, just to assess the effectiveness and also to build accountability. And an IT administrator should be able to define, plan, and build an agile and flexible infrastructure that can cater to all these needs. So it's very, very important for a cloud solution to be holistic in nature and cater to all the personas within an enterprise. Now, the second thing to keep in mind is the root of all the problem is inherent complexity in modern IT environment. There are just way too many moving pieces. There are way too many point solutions. So it's very, very important for cloud problem to be solved that any new solution should not increase that complexity. Sure. It should reduce the number of moving pieces. It should reduce the number of point solution, and so that the people who are chartered with managing a cloud can focus more on serving the business needs of the user rather than keep the lights on.
Definitely. Oracle recently announced Oracle Enterprise Manager 12C that offers total cloud control to enterprise customers. Sushil, could you please tell us what does this total cloud control means to enterprise customers?
Well, Anand, total cloud control is about creating that agile and flexible infrastructure that we have been talking about. And there are three distinct ways in which Enterprise Manager 12C enables us to accomplish that. First of all, it has a complete cloud lifecycle management solution. That means Enterprise Manager 12C has solutions to help you manage all phases of your cloud and deliver and consume the services. Secondly, Oracle Enterprise Manager 12C offers you unified, automated, and deep cloud stack management capability. So from a single product, you can manage the entire cloud stack, starting all the way from application to middleware, databases, operating system, virtualization, going all the way down to the hardware. You can also offer any of your IT services in a self-service manner, be it infrastructure as a service, database as a service, platform as a service, or any other service that you can name. Now, all this rich functionality is available through a single product. Now, that in turn enables our customers to have an enterprise cloud, fully functional, rich in functionality, up and running in a matter of days, as opposed to starting yet another multi-year, multi-million-dollar project that involves weaving together point solutions. And the third aspect of Enterprise Managed is that it enables creation of a business-driven cloud. Now, Anand, we all know that the applications are at the core of enabling business services, whether they are packaged applications or homegrown applications. So for a cloud to effectively support business users and their needs, it's extremely important that the cloud understand applications. And there are several different ways in which Enterprise Manager 12c does that. First of all, in conjunction with Oracle Virtual Assembly Builder, we have the capability to package enterprise application which may involve multiple tiers. Now, so that application can be packaged and deployed in a push of a button. Secondly, once the application gets deployed in Enterprise Manager, we have rich application management capability that provides you a holistic view of the entire application, all its components. You can see business KPI at IT metrics side by side. You can do some correlations. We also have capabilities to monitor end user experience. Now, it's very, very important to do that because applications at the end of the day are created to serve some business needs. So using Enterprise Manager real user experience insight functionality, both business users as well as the IT administrators have a complete, accurate and proactive view of how effectively application meeting the needs of the users. We also have a capability to track business transactions end to end. We can look at the transaction throughout its life cycle. We can also look within transaction and analyze it based on the business payload that it carries. Finally, we have a policy-driven workload management capability in Enterprise Manager 12c that allows cloud resources to be dynamically provisioned based on business needs. So to give you an example, if you had an application that was serving a retail website, and if you saw your order backlog was unusually high, a policy can be created that can dynamically scale the application to bring the order backlog to the desired SLA, and these resources can be deprovisioned when the workload goes back to being normal. So all these functionality combined together allow Enterprise Manager 12c to deliver a business-driven cloud functionality with a deep application awareness and enables our customer to truly serve their business user and business services better, which is what cloud is all about.
Very good. Sushil, you mentioned Oracle Enterprise Manager 12c offers a complete cloud lifecycle management solution. Now, for enterprises, why it is important to manage the complete lifecycle?
Well, Anand, in order for enterprises to get the best out of their investment in cloud, it is extremely important that they are able to manage each phase of their cloud and seek efficiencies there. Now, in Enterprise Manager, we help you plan, build, deliver and consume IT services. So to start with, in Enterprise Manager 12c, we help you plan the cloud by discovering your IT assets and giving you a recommendation how to consolidate those resources. We also have a guided workflow that allows administrators to pool together resources based on business criteria, define access rule, quotas, any other kind of policies that allows these IT services now and resources to be consumed in a self-service manner. We have out-of-the-box self-service functionality that allows any consumer of IT services now to interact with IT infrastructure and a service and applications without being brokered through an IT administrator. The metering and chargeback functionality builds some transparency into how IT resources are being used and also generates accountability on part of the users. Finally, we help customers monitor and manage the entire cloud stack in a unified manner using the rich monitoring, configuration management, software lifecycle management, and performance management capability, thereby ensuring highest quality of service and also enabling them to optimize the cloud in terms of performance, capacity, costs, and things like that.
Sushil, you touched on self-service and metering capabilities that was offered with Oracle Enterprise 12c. Now, tell us more about why self-service is important for cloud and why should enterprises worry about metering resource uses?
Well, Anand, we have been talking about the fundamental tenet of cloud being empowering consumers of IT services and building transparency. And self-service and metering functionality are at very heart of it. So using self-service, for example, once the cloud administrators have defined the resource pool, these resource pool being carved out to different line of businesses. Now a line of business user can procure the IT resources and services in a self-service manner. A developer as we have been talking about, can package complete enterprise multi-tier applications, publish it through our software library, and then expose it to the other users of that application so that they can now provision it in a self-service manner. Now, a QA user, the person who, for instance, needs to now test that application, now can provision that entire application stack through push of a button without having to go and individually provision multiple different components and weave them together. Now, metering capabilities are extremely important because it's very, very important to assess how effectively IT resources are being used to deliver business needs. So the metering and chargeback functionality enables business users to have transparent view of how effectively IT resources are being used, what is the cost of delivering a service, and seek efficiencies if that is required. It also helps build accountability on the part of cloud consumer. So when you are being charged for resources or when we are being held accountable for certain consumption of IT resources, it's much more likely that you are going to be much more diligent and proactive about releasing the resources back when it's no longer needed. So it builds transparency, it builds accountability, and it also brings efficiency.
Wow. Oracle Enterprise Manager definitely seems to enhance the visibility into business and offer total cloud control to the enterprise customers. Sushil, is there anything else that you want to share that you have not covered so far?
Well, Anand, Oracle Enterprise Manager 12c is latest release in the long line of Enterprise Manager releases that we have had. Besides all the wonderful cloud management functionality that we talked about, we have a number of other functionality. For instance, we have almost revamped the management framework to make it more performant, more scalable, more robust. Enterprise Manager 12c has a new UI. It's certainly a lot more visually appealing. It's a Web 2.0, so it allows for personalization and customization. And then, as usual, we have a plethora of features to help our DBAs, users, a middleware administrator, application administrator, to manage database, middleware, and application a lot more effectively. So all in all, Enterprise Manager 12c is really a very rich release in terms of functionality. And I'm sure our users, both the current users as well as new users, have a lot to look forward to.
Great. Thanks, Sushil, for sharing the valuable information about Oracle Enterprise 12c. Thank you.
Thank you, Anand. My pleasure.
Okay. I hope that you find this information useful. For more information on Oracle Enterprise Manager 12c, please go to oracle.com/enterprise manager, or you could follow us at different social media channel on your screen. Thank you.